There was no fame, money, or fame for Sofronio Vasquez when he walked into the casting room for Filipinas Got Talent. Golden buzzers, he remembered his mother, who sang him lullabies under a tin roof in Zamboanga City and told him to follow his goals no matter how impossible they seemed. "Sing with your heart, not your throat," she told him. With a quiet smile, Froyo thinks back. "That day, I sang for her, and he sang with a voice that has since caught the hearts of millions of people in the Philippines and around the world." In his audition, he sang Gary Valencia's "Warrior is a Child" with a lot of emotion and tears. It wasn't just a song, it was a story. His audition video went viral on YouTube and now has more than 10 million views. Vasquez opens up about his nerves, his breakup, the long nights he spent practicing in jeeps, and the moment he felt like he finally belonged on the stage he had always dreamed of. Here's the story behind that show. The story of how Sofronio Vasquez got his start. Sofronio Vasquez grew up in the Zamboanga Maria area. He is the oldest of 5 children. His dad drove a bicycle. His mom was a street seller who sold banana skins and rice cakes. "We didn't have much, but we had each other," he then adds, "and we had music." For most of his youth, their small rented house didn't have a TV. Instead, they had an old AM/FM radio that was broken but worked well and played a steady stream of OPM classics. Reggae Velasquez was his favorite music as a child. Basil Valdez, Sharon Cuneta, and Freddie Aguilar's beautiful voice he laughs. "I would copy them. I would hold a wooden spoon like a microphone and perform in the living room. My brothers were the first people who heard me." Even though music made him happy, his road was never easy. Because his family was having trouble with money, he had to get jobs early on, selling dancing shoes and helping out in a shop that made shoes. Later, when he was 17, he moved to Manila and started working as a part-time food delivery rider to help support his family. He says, "But I never stopped singing. Even when I was tired and people laughed and said, 'Linaming Mangaridin,' I kept going. I hope to sing on a real stage one day." This wasn't the first time Soyo had tried out for a reality talent show. "I tried out twice for taking Tanghalan but didn't make it." He says, "I tried out for a local idol show. I got there at 4 a.m., waited 10 hours, sang for 30 seconds, and they said next. It hurt me." No matter what, he kept singing at weddings, birthday parties, and even karaoke bars where the winner got a free beer. He got a small following online through Facebook Live performances and finally became known as Boy Gary V in his hometown because his voice sounds a lot like that of the pop star. The chance then came up. An open audition for Season 8 of Filipinas Got Talent was going on at a nearby mall in Quezon City. "I didn't have any fancy clothes or a voice coach with me. I just had my used shirt, my nerves, and my dream," he says. The test was a song, a story, and a soul. As expected, the day of the interview was a mess. There were thousands of eager people in the venue. Singers, dancers, comics, and magicians, everyone was eager to shoot. Everybody told a story. Someone was singing Whitney Houston all the way through while another guy did a backflip next to me. It was crazy and scary. When his number was finally called, his hands were as cold as ice. "I was shaking," he says. "I thought I would forget the words, but when the music started, I wasn't in a mall anymore. I was in my world. From the first sound of Warrior Comes a Kid, the judges said VG Angel locked up Robin Padilla and Freddie M. Garcia stopped moving. In the second line, his voice, which was raw and vulnerable, cracked a little. As Sofronio says, I saw tears in the eyes of one of the production crew. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. After I was done, there was silence and then everyone stood up. As far as I know, Vice President Ganda was the first person to speak Hindi. The comedian said, "Today, your pain became our blessing." The golden buzzer didn't come that day, but in the days after the episode aired, Soyo became an instant online star. People praised his humility and compared his performance to that of classic singers. But for Sofronio, the biggest reward was something else. His mother watched the clip at home, and she called me sad, she told him. Anak Nikita, it's a Hindi language TV show. That meant everything being noticed all of a sudden is both a blessing and a curse. Within a week, Sofronio's email was full of invitations, messages, and even offers to host events. He says, I didn't know how to handle it. People asked, would you be a guest on our podcast? Could you sing at our event in Baguio? He quit his job delivering food in the end, but not without being thankful. That job fed me when I had nothing, and I met people who gave me 5 pesos as a tip and said, Inge kaha. I'll never forget that. In less than a month, he gained over 300,000 fans on social media. But he has stayed grounded by answering as many messages as he can and even giving free Facebook Live concerts. The goal is not fame. He says that impact shows the struggles that happen behind the scenes, even if things look good on TV. Sofronio doesn't shy away from talking about the bad times, the failures, and how they made him feel. The doubts about oneself, he says, there were times I'd cry myself to sleep. I'd ask God, why give me this voice if I'll never be heard? His success hasn't taken away that weakness. It just put one more layer to it. I still get scared, he adds. What if I mess up? What if I can't live up to the expectations? However, he has also learned that flaws are part of the art. It's okay that my voice cracked during the act. Life also cracks. What is Sofronio Vasquez going to do next? As the next rounds of PGT get closer, Sofia is getting ready like never before. His days are now filled with vocal practice, breathing routines, and meetings to choose songs. He also hired a local manager to help him deal with the growing attention from the media. But his heart is still set on one thing, being real. That's not why I want to sing. He says I should sing to connect with people. He wants to make his own album one day with songs that are about everyday Filipino life. Of selflessness, faith, strength, and happiness. He talks with a smile and says, I'm already writing. I have one called Piman Minsan about seeing someone you cared about and acting like everything is fine. He also wants to start a small scholarship fund in his hometown for young artists who want to study music. He says, even if I don't win PGT, I want to give back. Because I'm out there somewhere 10 years ago. As we're ending our talk, Sofronio looks through his phone, taking me to a comment from a mom whose son is having trouble speaking. When you sang, my son clapped for the first time. He doesn't talk, but I cried reading that, she said. He says that's the reason he sings. It's great to win, but the real prize is making someone. He looks out the cafe window at the trucks and cars going by below in Jayan City. He used to ride his motorcycle every day through this familiar chaos. I used to sing into the wind while delivering food, he says. The sound is the same even though I sing into cameras now. The dream is the same. I'm still that kid who used a spoon as a stage mic. The world is only now listening. The audition video for Sofronio Vasquez on Filipinas Got Talent is more than just a global hit. To remind you that talent has no address, position, or limits. That one word is sometimes enough. Sincere, shaking, but brave to wake up the country. Many people think he's already won even though he doesn't have a prize yet.